Despite this genetic difference and despite their long period of divergence, the two animals are completely identical.
Have you ever wondered just how big snakes can get? Imagine a 26-foot anaconda lurking in the Amazon, or a 19-foot cobra ready to strike with deadly precision.
Yellow anacondas don't eat people. What they do eat is the water birds and the small mammals that live around the swamp where they live.
Today we're diving deep into the world of the largest snakes ever seen by human eyes. From the Amazon's northern green anaconda, a newly discovered giant that's rewriting what we know about snake evolution, to record-breaking pythons found lurking at construction sites and swamps.
This enormous python was found on a construction site on the Malaysian island of Penang.
These massive reptiles redefine terrifying, and we're about to explore them all. Get ready to meet the biggest, most awe-inspiring snakes that roam our planet. The northern green anaconda. Deep in the wild Amazon rainforest, something massive was discovered. A 26-foot-long anaconda weighing a shocking 440 pounds. It's called the northern green anaconda, or Eunectes akiyama, and this snake was found by wildlife presenter Professor Freek Vonk and his team, who got closer to it than most people would ever want to. Now, the Amazon is already known for the legendary green anaconda, one of the biggest snakes on the planet. But here's where it gets even crazier. Scientists recently confirmed that this giant isn't just a supersized version of the green anaconda we already know.
Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
It's a new species, genetically different from the anacondas in southern South America, in places like Venezuela and Suriname. The northern green anaconda has a genetic difference of 5.5%, which is more than twice the difference between humans and chimpanzees. The footage of Professor Vonk swimming next to this snake is incredible. It shows how massive this creature is. Its head alone is as big as a person's. Known for their unmatched strength, these snakes coil around their prey, squeezing tight enough to cut off blood flow and stop breathing. In minutes, they can take down large animals, and yes, that could easily mean humans too. Sadly, this giant is already in trouble. The Amazon rainforest, which used to seem endless, is quickly shrinking, with over a fifth already lost to deforestation. Scientists warn that if we don't act fast to protect its habitat, the northern green anaconda could be at risk before we even fully understand it. But if this giant snake wasn't enough to give you goosebumps, just wait until you hear about the next one.
Which one is cuter? Like for the dog, comment for the cat.
The king cobra. If there's one snake that people fear and respect around the world, it's the king cobra, the longest venomous snake on Earth. Imagine coming face to face with a snake that's over 19 feet long, looking at you with golden eyes and flaring its hood, towering almost 3 feet off the ground. This is no ordinary snake. It's pure power and danger in one creature. The largest king cobra ever recorded was found in Malaysia in 1937. It was taken to the London Zoo and measured nearly 19 feet before it was put down during World War II to prevent any risks if the zoo got bombed. Normally, a king cobra is about 10 to 13 feet long, but even at this size, they're impressive. Their length lets them raise a third of their body off the ground, so they can look an adult person straight in the eyes. When threatened, a king cobra can stand up and move toward its opponent, hissing in a way that sends chills down the spine. With its long olive green body, black and white bands, and iconic hood, it's one of the most recognizable and terrifying snakes in the world. Its big sharp eyes and black-lined scales on its head give it perfect vision for spotting even the slightest movement, allowing it to strike with deadly accuracy. What's fascinating about them is their details, from the golden color in their eyes to the intricate scale patterns that act like armor. Even young king cobras are impressive, with bold black and white patterns that change as they grow. These snakes are so intimidating that even other dangerous animals usually avoid them. The king cobra's scientific name, Ophiophagus hanna, means snake eater, and it fits since they eat other large snakes, including venomous ones. With its unique diet, size, hood, and hissing defense, it's truly the king. Just when it seems like nothing could top the king cobra's rule over the snake kingdom, another contender slithers into view. Imagine a snake even bigger and heavier, not lurking deep in the jungle, but found at a construction site. Meet the reticulated python and one particular snake from Malaysia that's truly captured the world's attention. The giant python of Malaysia. In the heart of Penang, Malaysia, construction workers came across something so huge it shocked even the experts. Weighing a massive 550 pounds and stretching an incredible 25 feet, this reticulated python could be one of the longest ever found in Malaysia. Workers discovered it hiding at a building site and gave it food and water while waiting for wildlife officials to help manage this record-breaking snake. But this python isn't just about size. Known for its unique, crisscrossing scale patterns, the reticulated python can blend perfectly into its surroundings. Unlike the northern green anaconda, which dominates the water, this python is a land-based predator and one of the most successful ambush hunters on the planet. Even though it's massive, it's surprisingly agile. It can climb trees, squeeze through tight spaces, and take down big animals. Sadly, this particular python died soon after laying an egg, a moment that was both amazing and sad for everyone who saw it. While it might have been Malaysia's biggest recorded python, the Guinness World Record for the longest snake in captivity belongs to a similar reticulated python named Medusa, who measures 7.67 meters and lives in the US. But as incredible as this python is, there's another anaconda out there that deserves a spot on this list. It's not quite as big as its green cousin, but has an impressive story of its own. Get ready to meet the yellow anaconda. The yellow anaconda. It might be a little smaller, but the yellow anaconda is still a force to be reckoned with in the world of giant snakes. Living mostly in the wetlands of South America, this southern cousin of the green anaconda can grow up to 15 feet and weigh more than 120 pounds. Its golden yellow body, marked with black and brown blotches, makes it nearly invisible as it moves through muddy wetlands. Unlike the solitary northern green anaconda, the yellow anaconda has a unique way of hunting, shaped by its surroundings. In the shallow waters of Brazil's Pantanal region, it uses both ambush and active hunting techniques to catch its food. It preys on all sorts of creatures, from birds and fish to small mammals, taking advantage of the seasonal floods to reach new sources of food. This snake is a true opportunist, snapping up anything that comes close enough. But life isn't without risks for the yellow anaconda. Although it has fewer natural enemies, young snakes still face threats from predators like caimans, jaguars, and even other anacondas. Humans are a danger too, often hunting these snakes for their skins, which has raised concerns about their survival in some areas. Known to have a bit of a temper, especially when caught in the wild, the yellow anaconda has earned a reputation among snake handlers as being unpredictable and even dangerous. The yellow anaconda's strength and attitude prove that size isn't the only thing that captures our imagination. But there's another South American powerhouse that's equally formidable in its own right. Enter the boa constrictor, a master of disguise and a true jungle predator. The boa constrictor. Just like the yellow anaconda rules the wetlands of South America, the boa constrictor has its spot in the world of giant snakes. Found in South American rainforests, the boa constrictor is anything but ordinary. This snake can grow up to 13 feet in the wild, with females often getting even bigger. It has a thick muscular body and a beautiful pattern of pale brown and gray, covered with triangles, ovals, and shapes that help it blend perfectly into the dense jungle. Unlike venomous snakes, the boa constrictor doesn't need poison to take down its prey. It relies purely on strength. When it wraps around an animal, it squeezes tighter each time the prey breathes out, cutting off its air supply until it suffocates. A tragic example of this strength happened when an experienced snake handler, Elliot Sensman, was fatally injured by a boa that wrapped around his neck, causing a lack of oxygen to his brain. While boas are usually calm around people, events like this show just how powerful they are. In the wild, boas hunt small animals, birds, and sometimes even reptiles. Different types of boas exist, like the Peruvian boa constrictor, known for its red tail, and the Argentine variety, which has a silver-gray color. Even though some people keep boas as pets, experts believe these powerful creatures are better off in the wild or carefully controlled settings. But if you thought the boa constrictor was intense, the next snake might just be the stuff of nightmares. Get ready for the black mamba, a snake that's fast, deadly, and feared like no other. the black mamba. From South America's jungles, we now head to the dry savannas of Africa to meet a sleek and terrifying snake, the black mamba. Known for its blazing speed and deadly venom, this snake strikes fear into anyone who crosses its path. While it's not as huge as some other snakes, the black mamba has its unique danger. It's fast and incredibly poisonous. Growing up to 14 feet, with most around 10 feet, the black mamba can reach speeds of more than 12 miles per hour, making it the fastest land snake on Earth. Unlike other mambas that usually live in trees, the black mamba prefers life on the ground, often hiding in rocky areas, termite mounds, or hollow logs. Its name comes from the dark, inky color inside its mouth, which is usually the last warning you'll see before it strikes. When it feels threatened, this snake can bite multiple times quickly, injecting a powerful venom that can kill a human with just 2 drops. The venom hits both the nervous system and the heart, giving victims very little time to get help. Despite its deadly reputation, the black mamba is shy and tries to avoid people. But if it's cornered or feels in danger, it will raise its head, stretch its narrow neck, and strike with a force that can stop even large animals in their tracks. While it doesn't often attack humans unprovoked, this snake's power and speed have made it a legend across Africa. It's a creature that demands respect and caution, with abilities far beyond its size. Despite the black mamba's terrifying speed and venom, this African icon isn't the only snake that strikes fear across its land. In the Caribbean, there's another ruler, the Cuban boa. It may not have deadly venom, but it has something just as fascinating: teamwork. Cuban boa. The black mamba might be terrifying in Africa, but in the Caribbean, the Cuban boa is the real ruler. It's the biggest snake in the region and has a surprising twist. It sometimes hunts in packs. This teamwork makes the Cuban boa, scientifically called Chilobothris angulifer, one of the only snakes in the world known to hunt together. These boas can reach up to 18.5 feet long and weigh over 66 pounds, making them a powerful force in Cuba's lush forests. Cuban boas often coil up in tree branches, watching carefully for lizards, rodents, or other prey below. Their scales have a smooth, shiny look with an almost rainbow-like sheen, which helps them blend into the forest shadows. But their most jaw-dropping move? Some Cuban boas have been seen forming barriers at the entrance of bat caves. They team up, blocking the bat's only way out, and then leap up to grab their prey mid-flight, a scene that feels like it's straight out of a nature thriller. With dark brown and tan patterns on their strong bodies, these boas camouflage perfectly in Cuba's evergreen forests. They even have special heat-sensing pits around their lips, making them great nighttime hunters, able to sense warm prey even in complete darkness. Their slightly wider heads, small eyes, and vertical pupils are perfectly suited for low-light hunting. Their skill and teamwork make the Cuban boa a true marvel of the Caribbean. But when it comes to sheer length, no snake compares to the one up next. Known as the longest snake in the world, the reticulated python is a creature of record-breaking proportions. Reticulated python. While the Cuban boa stands out for hunting in packs, the reticulated python is famous for something else: its incredible length. Native to South and Southeast Asia, the reticulated python holds the title of the longest snake species on Earth. Some of these snakes are reported to reach an unbelievable 32.8 feet, about as long as a school bus. Though that length is rare, many reticulated pythons grow over 20 feet, with the longest one in captivity measuring 25.2 feet. A Guinness World Record. A typical reticulated python can weigh between 165 and 386 pounds, and females are often bigger than males. Their tan and grayish bodies are decorated with interlocking diamond shapes that make for perfect camouflage in dense forests. Despite their enormous size, these pythons are agile and efficient hunters. They have heat-sensing pits along their lip scales, allowing them to find warm-blooded prey with pinpoint accuracy. A narrow black line runs from their snout to their neck, with more black lines stretching from their eyes to their jaw, giving them a sharp, intense look. Interestingly, reticulated pythons don't just have raw power, they also show surprising care for their young. Female reticulated pythons wrap around their eggs and contract their bodies to produce warmth, helping their young survive. But there's no forgetting their dangerous side. In rare cases, these massive snakes have been known to prey on humans. In 2018, a reticulated python in Indonesia made headlines after swallowing an entire person, showing the true strength of this species. The reticulated python's incredible length and sheer strength make it one of the most awe-inspiring snakes in the world. But while it dominates the dense jungles of Southeast Asia, another giant python holds its ground in a different part of Asia. Meet the Indian python, a heavyweight of the snake world with its unique adaptations. Indian python. The reticulated python may dominate in terms of length, but the Indian python holds its own, with a massive frame that can weigh close to 220 pounds and reach lengths of over 20 feet. Found in the forests and wetlands of India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Nepal, the Indian python or Python malurus is a powerful, muscular predator that uses stealth and heat sensitivity to its advantage. Like its close relative, the Burmese python, the Indian python has specialized heat pits on its face, allowing it to detect infrared radiation from warm-blooded animals within a meter. This adaptation makes it a fearsome night hunter, silently guiding it towards its unsuspecting prey. The Indian python's body is a masterpiece of camouflage. With its pale tan coloration and bold brown blotches, it blends seamlessly into the forest floor. A prominent arrow-shaped marking on its head distinguishes it from the nearby reticulated python. Unlike its sleek relative, the Indian python has a broader, triangular head and stout body covered in small, iridescent scales that shimmer under the dappled forest light. These snakes are often found near water, basking in trees by day, and slithering through rivers and slow streams at night in search of small mammals, birds, and reptiles. Unlike some pythons that actively pursue their prey, the Indian python waits in ambush, striking only when its prey is within range. With one swift movement, it locks its prey in its jaws and kills it by constriction. This sit-and-wait approach makes it a highly efficient hunter in both the dense jungle and the fields and villages it sometimes ventures into. But even this formidable predator pales in comparison to the next on our list, a snake feared across Africa for its sheer power and might, the Central African rock python. Central African rock python. The Central African rock python, one of Africa's largest and most powerful snakes, reigns supreme. Known scientifically as Python sebae, this snake can grow to lengths that rival the Indian python, but with a hunting strategy and resilience uniquely suited to its African habitats. The African rock python is commonly found in rocky outcroppings, grasslands, and near water sources like rivers and lakes, where it uses its ambush tactics to prey on a wide variety of animals. With its dark brown body, adorned with light brown blotches and golden yellow stripes along its sides, the African rock python is a sight to behold. Its triangular head and sturdy body make it a powerful constrictor, capable of taking down prey as large as pigs and antelopes. Despite its slender appearance, it can stretch its jaws and skin impressively, swallowing animals much larger than its head in a single meal. This python is also an adept swimmer, often venturing far from shore to hunt waterfowl. The African rock python's resilience extends to its reproductive habits. A single clutch may contain over 40 eggs, sometimes reaching as high as 100, with the female fiercely guarding her nest by coiling around it. While she doesn't warm her eggs by increasing her body temperature, she vigilantly protects them until they hatch. With a lighter color than adults, the hatchlings begin life at a length of 18 to 24 inches, ready to embark on their journey across the African plains. The African rock python's grand size and striking appearance have earned it a place in African culture and mythology, where it's both revered and hunted. However, this magnificent snake is protected in many regions, highlighting the importance of preserving such awe-inspiring creatures. The African rock python, with its immense size and cultural reverence, showcases the majesty and danger these serpents bring to the wild. Yet, as we leave Africa, we travel to the lush jungles of Australia, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea, where the next snake on our list sparkles in a different way, introducing the iridescent beauty of the amethystine python. Amethystine python. The amethystine python, also known as the scrub python, is a true spectacle of the snake world. Found in the tropical regions of Australia, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea, this python's scales shimmer with a rare blue-purple iridescence, a trait that gives the snake its gemstone-inspired name. This gleaming light yellowish gray to olive brown snake may average between 10 and 12 feet in length in the wild, but some rare individuals have been reported to reach an astounding 28 feet, making it one of the longest snakes known to science. Unlike many pythons, the amethystine python thrives near water sources, lying in wait for prey like wallabies and small rodents that come to drink. It's also a powerful swimmer, effortlessly gliding through rivers and streams in pursuit of birds and mammals. What makes this snake particularly formidable is its advanced sensory adaptation. Its lip scales contain heat-sensitive pit organs that allow it to detect warm-bodied prey even in complete darkness. This thermal vision guides the amethystine python in its nocturnal hunts, making it an efficient predator from dusk until dawn. When the amethystine python captures its prey, it coils its muscular body around the victim, squeezing until the prey can no longer breathe. Its large symmetrical head scales and slender muscular body make it both beautiful and lethal, a true marvel of nature. But even this shimmering python's magnificence pales next to a serpent known not only for its size, but also for the havoc it's causing in places far from its native home. Introducing the Burmese python, an apex predator with a controversial reputation. Burmese python. Native to the warm forests and wetlands of Southeast Asia, the Burmese pyth has gained international notoriety. Typically, these snakes grow to around 16 feet in the wild, though they can exceed this in captivity. The largest Burmese python ever recorded, Baby, stretched to a staggering 18.8 feet, an impressive feat documented by Guinness World Records. In their natural habitat, young Burmese pythons are arboreal, starting life in trees before their size forces them to hunt on the forest floor. However, the Burmese python is not only famous in Asia, it has made an unexpected impact as an invasive species in Florida's Everglades. Released pets and hatchlings have thrived in the subtropical environment, growing to formidable sizes and reaching over 17 feet long. The largest one ever captured in Florida, found in 2022, weighed in at an incredible 215 pounds. This introduced predator has disrupted Florida's ecosystem, decimating native species as it outcompetes local wildlife for food and habitat. Burmese pythons in Florida are dietary generalists, which means they adapt to whatever food sources are available. Their prey includes small mammals, birds, and even alligators, sometimes even engaging in battles with the Native American alligator, with the victor determined by size and circumstance. Bobcats, another Everglades resident, has also been observed raiding python nests for eggs. Despite occasional encounters with predators, the Burmese python's large size and adaptability have made it an environmental menace in the Everglades, pushing some local species to the brink. Thanks for joining us on this wild journey into the world of the biggest snakes ever encountered by humans. These giants remind us of the incredible mysteries that still slither through the natural world, unseen and often undiscovered. If you enjoyed exploring these massive marvels, hit that like button and subscribe for more jaw-dropping encounters with the wild. And let us know in the comments, would you ever want to see one of these snake giants up close? Or is that a hard pass? Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and stay curious.